Bruce Willis's life began under uncertain circumstances. Born on March 19, 1955 in Idar Oberstein, West Germany, to an American soldier father and a German mother, his early years were marked by the aftermath of war. At just 2 years old, Bruce's family moved to Carneys Point, New Jersey, where the American dream they sought never seemed to materialize. The home was small, finances were tight, and tension filled the air, especially after his father left. As the oldest of 4 children, Bruce was forced to mature quickly, stepping up to protect his younger siblings from the emotional turmoil at home. Life was a struggle, but it was during these tough times that Bruce's resilience began to form. Stability was a distant concept, but survival meant finding strength in adversity. Growing up too fast. Bruce's childhood was defined by a level of responsibility most children never face. As the eldest of 4, he quickly learned to navigate the complexities of family dynamics, often shielding his siblings from the volatile environment around them. But Bruce had a deep personal struggle that made him feel especially powerless. He had a severe stutter. Speaking was a daily battle, one that often made him feel isolated and embarrassed. Each conversation felt like a hurdle, making him retreat into silence. Yet, despite this challenge, Bruce learned to become strong in other ways. He adapted by reading the room and taking on a protector role within his family, not letting the weight of the world break him. This early experience of overcoming internal battles would later shape his approach to the challenges he would face in life and career, finding his voice in an unexpected place. At 17, Bruce stepped onto a stage for a high school play, and something extraordinary happened. The moment he stood before an audience, his stutter vanished. The words flowed effortlessly, and for the first time in his life, Bruce felt truly heard. This experience was transformative. It gave him confidence and allowed him to express himself in a way that had previously been impossible. The stage became his sanctuary, a place where he wasn't defined by his speech impediment, but by his presence and talent. Acting wasn't just a career for Bruce, it was an emotional breakthrough. It marked the beginning of his identity shift, revealing that what had once held him back now served as the foundation for his future success. Leaving home with almost nothing. In 1973, Bruce left the familiar streets of New Jersey for the chaotic energy of New York City. Armed with little more than a suitcase, a sandwich, and determination, he embarked on a journey that would test his limits. Life in New York wasn't easy. The city was cold, fast, and unforgiving, and Bruce had no safety net. He studied drama briefly, but soon realized he couldn't wait for an education when survival was at stake. He dropped out and took on various jobs, factory shifts, security work, and bartending just to stay afloat. There were many difficult nights in cramped apartments, but Bruce was determined. The bar, in particular, became a training ground for him. He learned how to command a room, how to entertain, and how to engage with people in ways that would later shape his on-screen charisma. The bartender who never stopped performing. As a bartender, Bruce became more than just a man behind the counter. He developed a unique persona that made him stand out. Jokes, music, storytelling, and a playful charm became his trademarks. Bruce wasn't performing for an audience in the traditional sense, but he was always in front of people, observing their reactions and honing his craft. The bar was his stage, and the regulars were his unwitting audience. And through these interactions, Bruce sharpened his instincts, learning how to read a crowd, how to pivot when a moment fell flat, and how to connect with people. These early lessons, although not glamorous, became the foundation of his acting career. While his formal auditions continued to fail, behind the bar, Bruce was gaining valuable experience that would later define his approach to acting. Love, family, and fatherhood. Bruce's life was not only shaped by his career, but by his deep love for his family. In the late 1980s, he met actress Demi Moore, and their connection was instant. Together, they became one of Hollywood's most famous couples, eventually welcoming 3 daughters. For Bruce, fatherhood was never secondary to his career. It was central to who he was. He often expressed that being a dad was his most important role. Despite the demands of his career, Bruce remained devoted to his children, making sure that his love and support were always present, no matter how busy his schedule became. His commitment to family was unwavering, and he always made sure that his personal life remained a priority. Redefining strength once more. Bruce Willis's life had long been a testament to strength and resilience, both on screen and off, but As his physical abilities declined, he taught those around him a new lesson about strength. It wasn't about fighting or overcoming obstacles. Sometimes strength was about accepting care, resting, and allowing yourself to be supported. Even as his words faded, his presence remained strong. Bruce continued to inspire those around him with his quiet courage, showing that true strength comes from vulnerability and the willingness to lean on others when needed. A legacy. Beyond money. Bruce Willis leaves behind a fortune estimated at $250 million, but his true legacy lies not in his wealth, but in the emotional impact he had on those around him. His contributions to cinema are undeniable, but it is his dedication to family, his strength in the face of illness, and his generosity toward charitable causes that will define him most. He supported children's charities and veteran organizations, using his success to give back to others. Bruce's legacy is one of resilience, love, and the understanding that real success is measured not in wealth, but in the relationships we build and the lives we touch. The role that mattered. Most above all, Bruce Willis will be remembered as a devoted father, a loving partner, and a man who never lost sight of where he came from. He played many memorable characters on screen, but the quiet courage he showed in his personal life was his most important role. Through his actions, Bruce proved that strength isn't just about overcoming obstacles. It's about love, humility, and the ability to face life's challenges with grace and dignity, the enduring reminder he leaves behind. Bruce Willis's story serves as a reminder that success isn't measured by fame or wealth alone. It's measured by how we face life's challenges, how we treat others, and how we show up for the people we love. Bruce lived fully, imperfectly, and honestly, and his legacy will continue to resonate long after the screen fades to black. The lessons he leaves behind are timeless. Strength comes from vulnerability. Love is our greatest gift, and the most important role we play is the one we take in the lives of others.